Yun. Yun, we're good. Thank you very much again for listening to the PWPH podcast. Again, my name is Angelo Pinera here, the CCO of PWPH and also the T3, one of the T3 hosts. And ayan, andito kami ngayon, bonus episode nga pala to para sa kaalaman nyo, hindi ito episode na inaasahan nyo. Because today's episode nga pala, since it's a bonus episode, medyo hindi siya magiging malalim at hindi rin ganong magiging mahaba or wild. Just like what you're expecting weeks back. Pero yun nga, unang-una guys, thank you din sa mga nakarinig nung episode nung nakarang linggo. Thank you talaga doon, sobra. Sa mga nakinig ng episode namin a few days ago. So that's a good thing. Putang ina, di ba nag-record?
Ha?
Hindi, ngayon lang siya nagre-reflect sa akin, men.
Sa akin naka-record naman ng 1 minute. Oo, naka 1 minute na rin. Oo.
1 minute na?
Oo.
Ito na lang.
Sige na. Start na tayo. Kasi sa akin talaga walang nalabas. 1 minute pa. Siguro sige. Ayan. Thank you very much for listening on the PWPH podcast. Again, my name is Angelo Pinera of the CCO. Putang ina, wala na ako. Kaya na, tangin na mamaya, isama ko na nga lang to sa Wiset. Ayos na ako. Hindi na talaga ako natutuwa. Ayun, thank you very much for listening to the PWPH podcast. Again, my name is Angelo Penera, the CCO of PWPH. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, thank you very much for watching this in advance. And sa mga nakapanood din ng first episode, thank you din for watching our first episode of the show. No worries here. Bonus episode lang naman ito. So, kung mamimiss nyo to, okay lang. Kasi may next week's episode tayo na banger. Panigurado magugustuhan nyo at magugustuhan nyo. At syempre, hindi lang ako ang ulo ng PWPH dito na nandito. And technically, na-drop si Charles. So, medyo babalik ko lang siya. And yeah, magpakilala muna tayo pa isa-isa. Ayan, again, my name is Angelo Penera, the CCO at saka disciplinary committee ng PWPH. So, it's kinda, we're getting used to it. Pero parang gusto ko na rin din gamitin yung term na admin. So, yeah, bakit? Ayan. So, welcome to the show. And magde-debut din sa show for the first time is yung ating mga PWPH admins and disciplinary committee din. Kasi may sinisitsatan tayo sa GC lately. Kaya nagkaroon talaga tayo ng disciplinary committee. Explain natin in a moment why we are having this disciplinary thing. Puta. Nawala talaga.
Good sa akin.
Nag-fuck up yung mic ko. Nag-fuck up yung mic ko. Pasensya na guys. Pero, ayun. Regardless, magpapakilala mo na kami pa isa-isa. At di nyo naman narinig yung huli kong sinabi. Sinabi ko lang naman is magde-debut sila ngayon gabi sa episode na to. So medyo magkakaroon na rin kayo ng impression on our other crews. At si Ali tsaka si Julian, wala namang bago. Di na sila magpapakilala sa inyo ulit. Pero first thing, foremost, he is one of the... Pwede ko na ba sabihin? He is one of the members of the disciplinary committee, of course. And he is one of the admins din ng Chalas Points, Philippines. And dito si Charles Villanueva. All the way from Batangas, I think. And on your right side, putang ina, hirap mag-point, bakit? On my right side, we have Christian Anastasio. Siyempre, kasama rin naman natin siya last week. Pero he is very, ano ba tawag dito? Very spirituality lang. Pero yeah, kasama na natin siya in person dito sa recording. And yeah, I'm glad that he is here with us. Kahit medyo pagod din siya sa work. Ako pagod din ako. But yeah, everyone is pagod at this point. Pero yan, Christian, kamusta?
Ayos naman. Ito kahit kagigising lang. Woke up like this. So excited na maging part na itong episode na to in person. Kasi ba, yung last week, uh, in advance kong binigay ang aking mga inputs dahil nga at the time of the recording, nasa work ako. So finally, part of the recording itself. So very excited. First of many.
Ikaw naman, Charles,
Yun.
kamusta pre? Nag-comment pa siya sa live ng podcast ko when I officially announced it. Hindi niya alam na may
Andun
nangyayari
siya na.
palang ganito. Hindi niya alam na may nangyayari palang ganito.
Na-miss niyo ko eh.
Nangyari. Ayun, so pasensya talaga guys. Choppy talaga. Mag-ayos ka muna, buddy. Pero yun, habang nag-ayos tayo, ayan, mag-uumpisa na rin kami sa episode na tong linggo. Bonus lang naman ito. Hindi naman namin mapapromise na every week may ganitong bonus. So, on this week, sabi ko nga natin na magkakaroon tayo ng one matches episode per person. So, 5 kami dito. Julian is also on the screen, by the way. And also Ali on backstage. Naka-off, kasi siya as we speak. Pero, ayun. Ang pag-usapan lang naman natin dito, match of the year namin so far with local and international. Pero para lang mayroon tayong ideya on what will happen, yung local, medyo hindi namin hindi namin binasic as this year lang. Kasi konti pa lang naman yung events this year. So, ang sistema lang namin for local is from last year's Road to Fate or Republica until this year's Dexcon Decada. So, that might be the rating or pagbabasihan natin ng mga reviews namin or yung mga thoughts namin for those matches. Of course, sa international naman, walang pagbabago. It's always the same na local pa din. Ay yung 1 year pa din since Russell, ano bang event yun? Russell Kingdom? From this year. Ali is here, by the way. And yun. Doon na tayo mag-uumpisa sa matches na dapat yung abangan at dapat yung pa sigurong abangan going forward. Pero yun, mag-spot na rin tayo ng NXT Battleground mamaya. Kahit pa isa-isa lang tayo. Pero yun, so far guys, kamusta yung first episode for you guys habang hindi pa tayo nag-uumpisa official? Ikot tayo lahat.
Tumatak sa akin yung mga shoot lines ni Ali eh.
Shoot first. Welcome to PWPH Shoot First Podcast.
Yung mga shoot lines eh, grabe. Paka-epic. Kala ko pa kumakain ako ng KFC habang habang nandun na sa part na yun. So, napasarap yung kain ko. Epic.
Salty. Nakadagdag sa salt.
Oo. Hindi mas malasa tuloy yung yung kain ko.
Pero legit.
Salty moments.
Pero Ali, bigyan ko siya ng props si Ali. She did a really good job on that show. And that was a very, very... Pero putang ina pre. Ang pakiramdam
Joe
ko
Henry.
with that episode, feeling ko, makakancel talaga tayo. Doon pala sa episode na yun.
Kaya ayoko mag-guest eh.
Well, for me,
Ayaw.
yung cancel thing na yan, it's just for those people that are affected by it.
Totoo.
Pero for the rest, I don't think that we're gonna cancel by them.
And then, tsaka, ano naman siya eh, yung mga iba nating sinabi doon, it's more on a running gag na natin. So, some of us knows na kung ano yung pinag-uusapan natin.
It's more of an inside joke.
Inside.
It's more on, kami-kami, pero alam din naman to ng iba sa local wrestling community. So, it's not really an inside joke. Pero yun nga, again, thank you very much guys sa lahat ng nanood ng episode namin for anniversary. So ito, ang magiging pangalan ng episode na to is MOTY na lang para may click. MOTY. or Match of the Year. So, yun, magiging pangalan ng episode na to going forward. Pero yun, since Chan and Charles, wala sila parehas in person, kamusta ang pakiramdam na halos 2 taon na tayo under PWPH? Tas iba na yung vibe natin sa group, sa community. Parang fresh air ba? Yung ganun feeling. Kasi remember when we're still as a WWE community, parang iba na yung vibe eh. Iba yung vibe natin. Ginadat na natin as a community. Iba eh.
Kumbaga, maging mas open na tayo for other promotions. Kasi nga before, for WPH, we used to be mostly WWE. But of course, sa mundo ng wrestling ngayon, hindi lang naman WWE ang promotion. Siyempre, AEW, TNA, MLW, New Japan, and all other promotions across the world. So I think what we are doing to have people in our community to be exposed and maging mas open sila in how other promotions do their thing. No, it's still a tall task, still a tough mountain to climb, especially may mga tribalists pa rin, alam niyo na. So, but for those people naman na mga bukas ang isipan, ano ba, once they feel na, okay pa rin itong, Jordan Grace versus Roxanne Perez or itong Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland, ayos pala to. So, yung mga ganong, mga ganong, I start with those kinds of remarks will go a long way.
Oh, Kuya Charles, kamusta?
Pero di ba?
Hindi pa din talaga.
Hindi ako. Hindi pa rin.
Ako, mas okay na. Mas okay na. Mas okay na
Yan,
sa
medyo
kanina.
okay na.
Better na.
Yan.
Goods.
Ayun, sa second the opinion of Christian, ano na, may inclusivity na between multiple promotions. Sabi nga nila, the door is open. So, why not we open our doors to them? Kasi, isang community lang naman yan eh. Kumbaga isa kayong classroom, kahit iba kayo ng friends.
Agree. Pero, yung by the way, ayusin ko lang yung footage natin. At si Ali and Julian are here. Again, guest natin from the first episode. Our goats is the savior of the episode.
Goats.
Sila yung nagsalba
Na-goat
ng episode na yun. Pero legit, they are the one who saved the show. Yes, kunin mo na yan. Mas maganda. Pero yun, continue tayo. Habang, konting news muna tayo. So, may nababasa tayong news days ago that TNA, habang konti lang naman, habang wala pa si Charles officially. So TNA is looking for a permanent home, and then they might to use it as a live show, parang maghahanap sila ng bagong bahay. And that might be a thing na makikita natin the next couple of weeks. Also, na-introduce din sa atin from Fightful that the UFC Octagon might be used for NXT Battleground, pero it's kinda not possible kasi logistic purposes, parang ang hirap niya. Legit, parang na-realize din natin yung ganun na mangyayari. Imagine mo 2 rings, isang Octagon, isang ring as UFC PC, UFC Apex. Parang hindi siya possible. But anyways, we can talk about that later on sa show later on. Pero Jules, tanongin kita habang andito ka na lang din naman. Yung episode natin last week, that was a very stiff episode. That was a very stiff episode. Kaya hindi mo nakitatanangin ng medyo stiff dito. Anong pakiramdam mo kanina? Kamusta? Habang inaantay natin si Charles.
Kamusta
Um,
saan? Ayun.
Personal.
Basta saan ulit? Okay.
Personal.
Yung ano ba ngayon? Like recording ngayon or ano?
Oh, kahit ano.
Okay. Siguro ngayon, like, I feel like with the amount ng mga nandito sa recording ngayon, I feel like mas mas may, like, I guess, freedom para makapag-express ng opinions and everything. Parang mas may freedom to, like, have a discussion talaga. Kasi, like, though yes, nagkaroon naman tayo ng, like, great discussion last week and everything, but, like, ayun nga, dadagdagan tayo ng dalawa. Dito sila Charles, siya si Christian and everything. And I feel like them being here sa recording natin ngayon gives us like a lot more like freedom talaga to like magbahagi ng opinions and everything and have that proper discussion talaga na parang round table ganun. And ang ko ngayon, naramdaman ko ngayon as opposed last week. But that's not to take away dun sa recording natin last week because solid naman talaga yan and everything. So, ayun lang naman. Yun yung ko.
Yun. Si Ali, di ko na tatanungin yun. Hindi, joke. Masaya siya sa pakiramdam niya last week. Kasi siya yung nagdala ng episode last week, man.
Totoo. Shoot, brother!
Ano mo yung pakiramdam na ikaw yung nagpahatak ng episode lessons dito?
Gahago. Seryoso ba? Parang ang pangit nga nung text ko eh. Parang wala pero well, yung mga sinabi ko naman last episode, yun yung mga bagay na gusto ko sabihin for a very long time. Share yung yung sa issue nung sa sexual harassment, yung na-invalidate ako. Gusto ko na talaga siyang ilabas kasi sobrang gigil ako sa eksenang yun. And then yun din sa downside ng fandom, isa din sa gusto ko siyang ilabas talaga. Pero yung mga sinabi ko last episode, actually wala pa yun. Wala pa yun. Ano pa lang yun, parang 20% pa lang nung kinimkim ko yun. And ayun nga, and nasabi ko din yung mga takes ko regarding sa Dexcon Dekada kasi sobrang nag-enjoy talaga ako dun sa show na yun. And ayun, tsaka di ko din na-expect na makakatanggap ako ng natanggap ako ng positive comments about sa mga takes ko. Hindi ko ina-expect na magugustuhan ng mga listeners yung mga pinagsasabi ko. Sana talaga hindi tayo makancel. Sana
Yeah.
pero yun. So, parang I feel great na nasasabi ko yung opinion ko kasi most of the time lagi ko siyang kinikim-kim something like that. And ayun, thankful din sa mga nakinig na nagustuhan yung mga talak ko last time. More talaks to come. Chedes. Yun lang.
Dami yan, dadami.
Pero yun. Ayan, dadami pa talaga yan. Lalo't next week, I can confirm and I can announce that next week's episode is going to be an open mic night.
Yes.
So it means
Who's ready for
everything.
open mic night, bitch?
which
insert Brandy Rhodes.
pero it means also na we can talk about it longer. Mas mahaba. Kasi last time nabitin niya ako eh. Pero yun, open mic night tayo next week. I can announce it already. Pero ibibigay na lang namin yung details bago mag-Saturday kasi formal ko naman siyang i-announce sa parating na episode din ng main event since you can listen to this on the main event. So, mas marami akong announcements coming Saturday when it comes to that recording. Okay. So, total wala pa rin si Charles, kumukuha pa ng headset. So, pwede na tayo mag-umpisa ng round table natin, then antayin na lang natin siya. Pero, yun, let's start. Sabi ko nga kanina, magkakaroon tayo ng magkakaroon tayo ng match of the year reveal so far. And then, kagaya ng sabi ko, bonus episode talaga to. Pero mukhang magiging full-fledged episode na siya. So, mag-share kami ng local matches namin na naging favorite namin so far. And also, international matches from this year. So, local, sabi ko nga, Republika 2022 until Dexcon Decada 2024 to. And kasama po lahat ng promotions. Kung choice nyo, isama lahat ng promotions. Choice nyo yun. Pero plot twist, pag may nagpareha sa ating lahat, alam niyo na, may consequence kayo mamaya. At mangyayari yun, i-execute niya yun next week. Sa ating next
Ayaw
episode.
mag-big pressure. Ayaw mag-big pressure.
Huwag mo big pressure, putang ina naman, no?
Wag na yun, please. Balik niyo si Crystal. Wag na yung big pressure.
Oh Lord.
Don't bring that shit again, Julian. Come on. Baka pag sinipag ako dito, ilagay ko lahat ng video dyan.
Pilo ka. Lagi. Polvoron skit, baby.
Polvoron Beach.
May NSFW doon.
Uy, legit. Lalo, yun. Wag yun. Wag na i-bring up yun.
Kasama yung
No.
director's cut, no?
Direct.
Pero yun, just in case you missed it, Ali is also the current PWPH World Champion na baka matalo na sa Sabado.
Lalaglag na.
Daglagan season, baby.
Naglalag season.
Alam mo yung plot twist? Dalawa sa amin, si Julian at ako. Ewan ko si Charles ba pasok pa sa tournament? Hindi ako sure. Hindi talaga ako sure
Hindi na.
kung pasok pa sa bracket.
Daglag na ba?
Nalaglag na ba?
Ako. Oo.
Sayang.
Sayang, okay lang yun. Better luck next year.
Oo.
Bawi.
Ano naman yung cup eh. So, yeah. Ayun. Okay. So, ulitin lang natin. Baka nakakalimutan ng mga listeners natin. You're listening to the PWPH podcast. And ngayon, is mag-share kami ng match of the year namin so far from local and international wrestling promotions. So, kasama na dyan ang MWF, FPW, World Underground Wrestling, and Dexcon. And if you're going to include the international, it's WWE, AEW, TNA. So, lahat ng promotions naman sa buong mundo. So, yeah. Anong gusto niyong unahin? Local, international?
Local
Local
muna.
muna.
Local muna.
Sige, local
Local
muna
muna.
tayo. So,
Okay.
ako muna mag-start. Madali akong kausap. So,
Sige,
ako na
sige.
una babanat. Yung local match of the year ko, sabi ko nga, magkaroon kami ng bracketing about this. So, mag-uumpisa yon from Republika of last year until Dexcon Decada. So, hindi ko napipiliin yung CSJ versus JTL kasi sobrang given na yun. That was easily the greatest match in Philippine wrestling history. Meron akong isang honorable mention na gusto kong i-mention kasi hindi pa nila nababanggit eh. Wala pang bumabanggit ni isa. And I have to pick this. Jomar Liwanag versus Bobby Makisig from Dexcon Decada din. Sobrang solid nung match na yon. That was a very good match. Pero hindi ko na i-include masyado yung mahabang contots kasi save ko yon sa ibang panahon. Pero yon, that was a really good match. Okay, ang pick ko itself, nahuhubaran na naman sarili ko, is from Republika 2023. That was my first show. And yung pinili ko was SJM versus Ken Cypher. Imagine how things went out on that match. Very, very solid match. And kung papanoorin nyo siya ulit, you can still watch it as we speak. It's still available on the YouTube channel ng MWF. Sana available pa. Pero yun, that was a really good match. That was a pretty good, solid presentation on how, what they call this, World Underground Wrestling goes. And by the way, you can go din sa World Underground Wrestling sa next show nila on July 7 sa Brawl Pit Bulusan or Tagay na. Mamaya, i-reveal natin yung ibang details sa bago tayo matapos sa episode. But yun, SJM versus Ken Cypher. Alam nyo, una kong sinabi na that was the Sheamus versus Gunter of the Philippines. Pero, putang ina, napalitan agad yun. Wala pa isang taon, napalitan agad yun ng Zack Sabre Jr. versus JDL, which is very given. That was a pretty good match. And, wala rin akong masabi about it. And, alam siguro magdi-disagree sa akin if I said na 2023, if hindi nyo isasama yung four-way, yung JDL versus Ken Warren, this is easily the match of the year. No doubt. I don't know sa iba. Wala akong pakialam sa mga picks nila kasi given naman na yung mga picks nila. So, I will just confirm to them kung ano ba yung picks nila. At least hindi ko sila nakopyahan. So, that's a good thing. How about you guys? Oh, sino una?
Ako na.
Ano na ako?
Sige, sige, go.
Okay, go. Kayo na, kayo na.
Okay,
Actually, yung
so
pick ko yung sinabi din. Ay, sorry. Go.
Go.
Sige, ako na. Ako
Say
naka-highlight
go,
eh.
Charles.
Actually, yung pick ko, yung sinabi din ni Angelo, it's a given, it's undisputed na Zack Sabre Jr. versus Jake De Leon yung best match of the year so far. Kasi Zack Sabre Jr. is Zack Sabre Jr. but for people to have eyes on Jake De Leon na kaya niyang mag-hang around with arguably a top 10, maybe 5 technical wrestlers sa buong mundo, it screams to his ability to be able to play up to his competition. Saka that would be if everything goes well, that would be a possible entry point for some of our local wrestlers para mag-excel din outside of Singapore, outside of Malaysia. Yun, may mga opportunities na pumunta sa Japan sila Jomar Liwanag, sila Fabs. So, ayun. Once na makita nila yung Zack Sabre Jr. sa Jake De Leon match, that would be a good eye-opener for international exposure.
Guys, by the way, before we continue, may announcement na si Dexcon, hindi lang siya na-official, na possible magkaroon ng watch party for Dexcon Dekada. So, abangan nyo na lang yung details nun very, very soon. I cannot wait to watch that too. Pero, hindi on-site. Sorry guys. Next.
Me. Okay, so yung sa akin naman is Oro Plata Mata versus MWF All-Stars no Noche Buena last year. So I watched that match or that event in person. So talagang my emotions talagang it was a roller coaster ride in that main event. And yung storytelling aspect ng match na yun, ang ganda eh. Ang daming pieces of storytelling. You have there JBL trying to become a two-time MWF Pinoy Wrestling Champion. And another thing there is what happened in the previous event, which is the Todos Los Wrestling, because that match ended in no contest kasi outside interference happened. So there's this lingering thing that JDL hasn't beat Fabio yet clean in a one-on-one singles match. So there's that. Hopefully, in the future that's going to be revisited. And also the main Max or Plata Mata narrative. So throughout the history of OPM, we don't really see main Max doing the Oro Plata Mata hand sign. So that's another dynamic as well. And also one of the things that we saw like from a mile away is Danny Zamora getting out of Fabio Makisic's shadow. So which is one of the critical moments in that match where uh, Danny turned on Fabio. And also, another thing about Maymax there is that he single-handedly pinned, or he pinned pretty much like all of the members of NWF All Stars. So, and another thing there is, ayun nga, yung JDL Maymax rivalry is also another um, great storytelling aspect there. Because of course, they have a really long history predating MWF, so way back in PWR. So, grabe, maganda yung pagkaka-execute ng mga storylines in that main event. So, with JDL becoming the first and the last two-time MWF Philippine Wrestling Champion. So, that match will forever be etched in the history of, of Philippine wrestling. And hopefully, once the MWF roster will have a new promotion, so some threads from that epic match will be revisited one way or another. So also, um, yung, yung evolution ng relationship ni Fabio and ni Robin was also great there because prior to that, they were very um, you know, heated rivals. That came to a head in Road to Fate, as we all know, and they earned each other's respect, and that main event led to that other main event, which is the NWF All Stars versus Oro Plata Mata. So sadly though, MWF's closure put at least a temporary halt into the loose threads from that main event. So we still have yet to see a culmination for Danny Zamora and Fabio Makisik's feud. And of course, the main Max Jake De Leon chapter still far from over. So hopefully, yung mga threads na yun will be addressed and will be continued into that. So, yun, that's for me sa local match.
Okay, so na-point out mo, Chan, thank you very much by the way. Na-point out mo by the way yung Nigel, hindi, yung Danny Zamora versus Fabio. That was a missed opportunity, man. Gusto ko talagang
Oh,
matapos nila yun. Sobrang solid kasi. And to the fact na we have this match supposedly for possibly Road to Fate in August. Imagine how things will go on August, their show. Pero since, yeah, marami na nangyari, wala tayong magagawa. It's not on our control. And we have no choice but to deal with it. And let's see what will happen in a couple of months or couple of days from now. Okay, next.
Okay. Ano ka na? Nasundan ka na si Christian kasi na-allude niya yung pick ko from kanina. So yung match of the year ko, like I feel like yung match of the year ko for local and international have one thing in common, which is like yung storytelling aspect and everything. So yung local pick ko for match of the year is Robin Sane versus Fabio Makisig from Road to Fate of last year. Since if I'm not mistaken, second or third match na to from like their epic and heated rivalry.
Hmm,
I'll fact check na lang dun later on. But
I
like
think it's first. I think it's
third
third.
third, nice. So ayun, like aside from the fact that it's the third match of their trilogy yung rivalry nila, but also yung I feel like those years of like yung rivalry talaga nila really culminated with that match, especially like with the storytelling aspects dun sa match na parang na-dominate talaga ni Fabio si Joe, by the way, si Robin Sane like all throughout, and then parang ayaw mag-back down ni Robin Sane kasi parang gusto niya talagang talunin si Fabs and everything. It's parang like yung emotional crescendo nun, like culminated with the post-match promo na parang ganito na lang ba tayo? Parang magpapatay na lang ba tayo lagi? Ganun. And then like, ayun. That's like a really cool way to like somewhat put that closing statement or like closing chapter dun sa feud nila. And plus that was also like the culmination of nung heel run din ni Robin Sane. Kasi like parang after nung main event ng Republica, like yung NSJ versus Fabio, talagang doon na nag full-fledged na heel turn talaga si Robin Sane, and
Inside.
yung like that whole run was so good and it culminated in that match na parang yun talaga yung logical na blow off talaga nung match or nung turn ni Robin Sane and yung bong run niya. So like ayun, like from a storytelling aspect to the match aspect, yung in-ring aspect, good siya from top to bottom for me. And ayun lang naman yung pick ko for the local, and I'll talk about yung international ko later on.
Ayun.
Wala naman ano
Ano ba, dami ko kasing naiisip na magandang match of the year. Pero siguro, pinaka tumatak sa akin, my match of the year will be Women's Four-Way at MWF Noche Buena last year. Sobrang ganda ng execution ng match. Also, yung debut ni Patricia Ligaya. Seeing her in action for the first time, naisip ko agad na malaki, may potential, malaki yung kanyang potential sa wrestling, and I'm looking forward what's next for her. And also, the super peace speech made me so emotional. As in, legit na umiyak talaga ako. Umiyak talaga ako nung sa speech niya. And ano pa ba? Maganda yung yun, like I said, maganda execution ng match, maganda yung palitan nilang apat, and pinakita talaga nila yung best nila dun sa match na yun, and ay wala na, nabablanko ako, sorry. Pero yun, maganda talaga yung match nila. Hoping din na mas umangat pa ang women's wrestling dito sa Pilipinas. Yun lang. Nabablanko ako, sorry.
Ali, ito, bonus. Bago tayo magtuloy. Kayo guys, paikutin ko na. Hindi lang kay Ali. Anong mas gusto nyong match between those four? Yung bang four-way o yung tag match from last event ng MWF? Which is, kasaysayan, 2024. Mabilis lang.
Ako four-way. Four-way is nung talagang tumatak sa akin because those four women, kumbaga, Crystal paved the way for them. Crystal paved the way for them to have this opportunity na mag-shine and put women's wrestling on the map, not just in the Philippines but in Asia. So, I mean that women's four-way talaga solid, napaka-solid, and I'm really excited for the future of those four women, and hopefully in the next promotion they they'll give the go signal to introduce a women's championship, and it would be a great a great way to introduce that women's championship by have them have another fatal four-way, perhaps.
Julius.
Have those four women face off each other
Sorry,
again.
tapos na.
And woman for herself to win the women's championship for the new promotion. So hopefully that happens.
Jules.
Siguro sa akin, kasi medyo nahihirapan ako pumili actually, like between the four-way and yung sa tag match from kasaysayan. Kasi like they're historic in their own right. But I think, I'll second to yung sa statement din ni Christian about sa four-way. Kasi like, ayun nga, like, si Chelsea Murray, like I mentioned dun sa first episode natin, is like already a trailblazer in her own right. Diba? Like the first transgender wrestler in Asia. Tapos si sino pa ba? Si Patricia Ligaya, yun nga, nag-debut din and all that. Tapos si Joya, mga newcomer. Si Super P, obviously, like, from her days in PWR sa bootcamp up until that
Mhm.
point, parang, that was like, I feel like that was the culmination of her career so far. Yung parang
Mhm.
peak talaga ng career niya so far. And seeing the match like live sa live stream sa Rock of Manila lang, it just really like made me proud of like all women involved kasi like it was such a good match and it really showed everyone na it's not just the men who are like striving and are thriving in the local scene, like yung women din. So ayun, it made me like super like proud din sa kanila lahat, like just seeing that match. So ayun din yung pick ko sa between the four-way and the tag match kasaysayan.
Go. That's it?
So ako
Hindi, joke lang. Go. Mabilis lang.
yeah, mabilis lang. Actually, same thoughts din dun sa dalawa. It's the four-way. Nabigay na nila lahat ng main talking points. It's the culmination of everything that's happening with women's wrestling dito sa bansa natin. And it actually opens up more ideas na magkaroon din ng women's championship yung ibang promotions. And then maybe one day magkaroon ng supercard dito sa Pilipinas para magkaroon ng parang lineal na women's champion.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you for that, guys. That was an amazing picks. Pero ito, mabilis lang. Walang explanation. Let's rank our match of the years from 1 to 5. So, Ali, ikaw muna. Kasi ikaw yung nahuli. Ali.
Paano gagawin? Sorry.
I-rank mo yung matches na na-pick namin so far. So, ako is yung SJM versus Ken Cypher, Tichan, yung sa Noche Buena, yung tag match, yung main event. Si Julian, yung kay Robin Sane, Road to Fate. Yung kay Charles, in default, it's very given. Yung ilagay na mo na lang siya sa una kasi that explains the point. Zack Sabre Jr. versus JDL. And finally yung sa'yo, yung pick mo, which is the four-way from Noche Buena.
Wow, hirap. Number 2, I would say SJM versus Ken Cypher. Number 3, yung pick ni Kuya Christian. Number 4, yung women's four-way. And then 5, yung pick ni Julian.
O ikaw, Jules, mabilis lang.
Of course, number 1 na yung kay ZSJ tsaka JD at given na yun. Number 2, I think ilagay ko dun yung four-way. Number 2 ko yung four-way. Number 3 ko yung yung Matira Matibay match between MWF All-Stars and Oro Plata Mata. 4 ko yung kay Cypher tsaka kay SJM. Tapos yung last pick ko is yung kay did I miss any picks pa ba? Like I feel like hindi ko maalala. Ano na?
Jomar versus Fabio.
Ayun, yun.
Hindi. Ano siya, hindi
Okay
siya.
Ay,
Kasi-
Honorable lang yan.
Okay.
I think hindi mo na-pick yung sarili mong pick.
Ay, oo! Okay. I was wondering. Parang sabi ko, wait, parang may nakalimutan ako and everything. But ayun, sige, ihuli ko na yun. Ayun. Huli ko na yun.
Nakalimutan
Sensya,
yung
Parang
sarili.
sensya.
makalimutin ko na talaga.
Sorry ha.
Let's go.
Okay, so of course, number one, ZSJ versus JDL, given na yun. Number two would be yung pick ko, the MWF All-Stars versus Oro Plata Mata. Number three is the women's four-way. Number four would be yung kay Angelo. And last is yung kay Julian.
Okay. Ako, last na. Total, mag-move na rin tayo sa topic. Number one, obviously, very given. Zack Sabre Jr., JDL, very easy pick. Number two, medyo naghahati ako between the four-way and the Zack Sabre. Putang ina. Yung four-way, at saka yung pick ko, which is yung Cake and Cypher, tsaka SJM. Number three would be the Matra Matibay. Number 4, since medyo undecided ako, gusto ko siyang i-tie with number 2 ko. Pero sige, I have to put this on the number 4, yung women's. Then finally, the Fabio Robinsane. Like what I said, best match ni Fabio on his MWF title run will always be versus NSJ from ano ba yun? Republica 2023. That was a really good thing. Pero yun, since nandito na rin tayo sa part na nagre-rate kami ng mga matches at nalilimutan ko na rin yung script ko. Pero yun, international naman tayo. So, eto guys, magbabasa rin tayo ng comments from our community in a moment. Pero, I know this is very subjective. So, sabi ko, isa lang yung pipiliin natin na bawal tayo magpare-parehas. Same rules. And, kahit sino na mauna sa inyo, wag lang ako.
Ako.
Okay, go.
So ako, match of the year so far for international would be Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov nung spring break-in for the NXT Championship. So itong match na to, it's pretty much a passing of the torch moment, and there's also storytelling layers to it because before that, Ilya and Trick have faced each other um, several times na rin. And one of those is the NXT Championship match from Vengeance Day. So there's this thing that Trick couldn't beat Ilya. That Ilya is pretty much the better wrestler over Trick, and also before that, there were already like rumblings and it was really bound to happen that Ilya is going to be called up in the main roster, especially when he had this match versus Shinsuke Nakamura the night after WrestleMania. So pretty much from there, alam na natin patapos na yung reign ni Ilya that in the upcoming draft is going to be drafted to Raw or SmackDown. So there's this lingering thread that Ilya needs to drop the title to someone. And at that time then, pretty much the hottest star in NXT was the most momentum is Trick Williams. Because he beat Carmelo Hayes in the main event of Stand and Deliver. And he beat Melo as well in a steel cage match to wrap up their feud. So that part of Trick and Melo rivalry also catapulted Trick to stardom. Kasi prior, and ang maganda rin dito kasi is Trick naturally grew over. Trick naturally went over with the fans, the universe. Hindi siya pilit eh. I mean, even in Raw, SmackDown, na hindi naman part si Trick doon, we're hearing that Trick chants from out of nowhere. So, ganun nakataas yung popularity ni Trick among wrestling fans all across the world. So, kudos to HBK, Shawn Michaels, in capitalizing on that momentum and to have Trick uh, become this new face of NXT. And it's really the best way na nung spring break in to have him that crowning moment. When he finally beat Ilya in that match, it's a really sweet moment, sweet release. And the crowd in NXT were really happy, were very ecstatic, chanting "Whoop that Trick" when Trick finally won that NXT championship. And ito, Trick has come a long way from being one of Apollo Cruz's bodyguard to becoming Carmelo Hayes' hype man, friend,
Mhm.
sidekick, whatever you
Mhm.
call that, to becoming the face of NXT as the champion right now. And at this time of recording, we're a few days away from Battleground. So, and what better way to elevate his reign by facing all ego Ethan Page. So I'm very excited for that, and hopefully that match will elevate Rick further because of course Ethan Page is pretty much a seasoned veteran. Uh, so kumbaga at this point, nakikita ko na si Trick na masusurpass pa niya yung popularity pati yung mga pwedeng maging accomplishments ni Carmelo Hayes sa WWE. Kasi yung charisma niya nandun eh. And yung connection niya sa fans, hindi pilit eh. Kumbaga, yung growth niya in the span of few years, hindi pilit. Talagang he naturally grew over. It came to a point that yung sa feud niya with Bello, siya talaga yung nag-shine. Siya yung nag-put over. Kumbaga, that match with Spring Break in ushered in the new era, the Whoop That Trick era. And so far, I'm really love what I'm seeing from Trick Williams. So hopefully, it gets better from here on. Yun lang.
Eto guys, meron akong trick sa inyo. Ito bang mga matches natin possible pa magbago bago matapos ang taon? Lahat ng
Oo,
pinagpipik
may
natin.
chance.
Saka na lalo
May
ngayon
chance.
Triple H.
Lalo yung
Nagpo-push
international.
si Triple H, lalo na si Tony Khan. Both of them are cooking themselves. Pero good luck talaga, Tony. You have to step up. Next.
Yung sa international, sa akin, TJPW, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, Miyu Yamashita versus Miyu Watanabe for Princess of Princess Championship. Sobrang ganda ng match nila. Grabe yung mga atake nila, stiff kung stiff. Nangibabaw yung strength ni Miyu Watanabe, and then yung si Miyu Yamashita, grabe yung skull kick niya. Parang, as in, sobrang stiff talaga nung atake niya kay Miyu Watanabe. This is also my first pay-per-view ng TJPW na napanood ko, and sobrang deserve ni Miyu Watanabe. She deserves the title, and I'm looking forward sa ano pa magiging susunod na magiging eksena ni Miyu Watanabe. Yun lang.
Eh, Charles, go na. Maglalast.
Sige. Sa akin yung AJ Cody, the Backlash. Yung in-ring performance nila actually given na yun kasi they're both one of the top guys ever. Pero ang sa akin lang kasi yung crowd kasi part ng yun yung part nung pagiging awesome nung match. Kasi from the jump, entrances pa lang, they're singing along to Cody's theme. Tapos yung chant nila kay AJ habang ini-introduce ni Sam Irvin. Doon pa lang sobrang hype na nung crowd. Tapos yung match, sobrang deserving pa nung reaction na galing dun sa France. Tapos when you look back at it, yung finish nun, medyo open-ended. Kasi sabi ni Mark Henry sa Aniboli Radio sa podcast nila sa Busted Open, it was an A match but a B finish kasi expected na kung sino yung mananalo. Pero in hindsight, doon pala magkakaroon ng bagong tweak sa character si AJ Styles, yung given yung knowing na nagkaroon siya ng fake retirement last week to be a full-blown heel na. And we are looking forward to an even better match when they face off maybe at Clash or sa SummerSlam. Yun lang.
Possible sa Clash talaga yun. Doon din ang finals natin eh. So, magkakaalaman kung malalaglag ba si Ali o safe pa din siya. Okay.
Laglag na yan.
Okay. Sige. Last pick na ako. Yung international pick ko, so like, nag-allude na ako dito kanina na parang yung one thing in common sa local and international picks ko, like, yung sa drama aspect and storytelling aspect. And so, yung pick ko for international match of the year is Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns 2 from WrestleMania 40. Ano pa lang, like, first half pa lang, even before yung overbooked shit na nangyari, like, during the latter half, ano na siya, it was already a good match. I feel like it's so much better na compared to, like, their match from last year. Kasi, like, given yung stipulation and all that. So, ayun, like, first half pa lang before the eventual interferences and everything, goods na yun. So, like, yung second half, although yes, given na yung overbooked, since that's the thing with Roman's matches, especially with him being the Universal Champion, na parang laging overbooked, laging may interferences from the bloodline and everything. Tapos biglang ngayon si Cody nakabawi na with Jay, with Seth, with Cena, tapos biglang pahabol si Undertaker na parang yung part ni Undertaker when he appeared, like, I was already expecting glass shattering kasi parang that's like the rumored thing na parang Austin yung lalabas sa Rock segment and all that. But then when the bell tolled kay Undertaker, that was like, alam mo yun na parang mas nag-elicit siya ng much bigger reaction kasi like no one expected the Undertaker to come out. Like, ako rin nung panood ko yun, like talagang like my jaw was on the floor like when I heard the bell toll kasi like akala ko talaga si Austin yung lalabas, but then si Taker bigla. So like I was like, yung talagang nanlaka yung mata ko kasi like that like somewhat gave me like a closure then kasi parang ayun nga, like parang seeing the Undertaker parang compete or like be at WrestleMania again with a crowd this time makes it even better. And apparently parang nagbigay din yun ng like closure kay Undertaker na parang he finally got that like one last moment in front of a crowd, like aside from him being in the Hall of Fame and everything. And so ayun, like icing on the cake na yung victory ni Cody kasi like that was such a fairy tale ending, and like as soon as the referee's hand hit the mat for the third time, talagang tumalon na lang talaga parang oh my god kasi like from what happened during the match, like talagang I can say like that was probably one of the greatest matches that I've seen as a wrestling fan. It's subjective naman, like it might not be like someone's cup of tea yung like sobrang daming interference, yung sobrang overbooked and everything. Like, it may not be someone's cup of tea, but like when you look at it at like the perspective of like a casual wrestling fan who like knows yung mga household names na like kunwari sila John Cena, sila The Rock, sila Undertaker, I feel like this is the match that you can show to like a non-wrestling fan to get them
Mm.
started into wrestling. And so, ayun, from like that factor then, combined with yung personal na preference ko when it comes to like matches and everything, makes this a 5-star match for me. And wala na akong part kay Dave Meltzer. Like, fuck that guy. Um, like, ayun, yun yung ano ko talaga. Like, for me so far, match of the year ko. Like, given na yung AJ Cody, given na yung Ricochet Ilya from Raw, but to me, it's definitely Roman Cody 2 from WrestleMania 40. So, yeah.
So ayan, before lang tayo, bago lang ako, dagdagan ko lang yung sinabi ni Julian. I agree on that na ito yung match na sa tingin ko, ipapanood ko sa mga, excuse me, mga fans na bago lang talaga sa wrestling. I-put over ko din yung series na ginagawa ngayon ng friends natin from the Wrestling Podcast. They're doing a really good job on giving us kind of presentation on how to start in pro wrestling. Paano nga ba kayo mag-i-start with wrestling as general fan? Yeah, given naman na panoorin yung mga ganyang matches, some type of matches that you just example, Cody, Roman from WrestleMania. And of course, mag-start din kayo syempre, manood din kayo ng mga segments like promos, alamin niyo rin yung mga terms. Yeah, ayokong pangunahan yung episodes nila, but that was a really good memory lane para sa mga bagong magiging fan ng wrestling. And I hope that doesn't end with fans turning on someone. Yun nga, kagaya nga ng sabi ko. Pero yun, I really love that series, by the way. Shoutouts to our friends from the Wrestling Kasi Podcast. Yun. Dagdag ko lang kasi that was a really good series kasi sobrang nakaka-relate siya doon sa opinion ni Julian about the matches na mapapanood mo for the first time. So for someone na first time manonood ng wrestling, mag-agree rin ako doon. Pero ang ibibigay, alam mo yung ibibigay kong match for someone na bagong-bago? For men yan, I agree. For women, siguro ibibigay ko yung Becky versus Rhea from WrestleMania. Same. That was a really good match too. Very good match. Pero, ayun na. Pupunta na ako sa sarili kong pick since walang nagpipick sa inyo nito kasi mga anti-AEW kayo. Boo!
Grabe ang anti-W
Eto. Ito, medyo controversial pick siya. Pero ito yung match of the year ko so far. It's Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson from Dynasty 2024. I don't know, but I don't really care about the Meltzer scoring system. I don't care that bullshit. And for someone na napanood to ng live, this is something very impressive. And to fans, syempre bagong-bago lang talaga sa wrestling. And napapanood si Bryan Danielson before, sobrang eye-opener niya for someone na ako, naging fan na rin ako ni Will Ospreay. And I think Will Ospreay is easily one of the greatest guys of all time. Easily dahil nung performance na last year, like yung dalawang TNA matches niya, I think it's 3. And then yung mga matches niya pa sa AEW, New Japan, that sums everything about Will Ospreay, and that is something that we should look forward pa when it happens ulit kay Brian tsaka kay Ospreay. Si Ospreay is very given, he is a really good star. He doesn't need to overreact too much. Yun lang talaga ang problema ko sa kanya. Masyado siya nag-overreact sa mga bagay-bagay. Okay. Since hindi kayo nagbigay ng honorable, sige bigay nga ako isa. Siguro pagka-agree kayo sa akin about this. Ito from Raw, Gunter versus Chad Gable. That was a really good match. I don't know if it counts, but I think that was a really good match. Yun lang. Eto, dating gawi, rank natin from 1 to 5 yung mga matches natin. Okay. Ako naman nauuna kasi ako yung nauna. So, number 1, I have put Cody Roman kasi that was a really good match. Storytelling din. Number 2, yung kay Ospreay. Number 3, for someone na wait lang, nawawala yung list ko. Ayan, number 3 was Trick versus Ilya. That was a very good match too. For, to be fair, hindi naman sa ayaw ko dito. Pero I have to put AJ Cody fourth kasi the predictability is there already. Pero the match was fun. Dagdagan mo pa ng crowd. Crowd really saved this match from bad pay-per-view. 5, sabi ko nga gusto ko mag-umpisa talaga sa Joshi. Di talaga ako makapag-umpisa. Gusto ko na siguro mag-dive sa Joshi. Siguro umpisahan ko na manood sa mga videos ni Troy Gonzalez ng WrestleZone tsaka ng Joshi Journals. Siguro yun talaga magsasalba sa akin. So, gusto kong umpisahan talaga yung panonood ng Joshi matches. And thank you, Ali, for bringing that match to me. And sana masatisfy ako. And shoutouts din kay Troy. Troy is a really good guy. A really good friend of the show.
Okay. Sige, sunod na ako. I think wala nang makakalimutan pick dito. Number 1 ko yung kay Cody Roman. Number 2 ko yung kay AJ Cody. Like, in terms of in-ring, like, it's so good. Tapos pangatlo ko yung kay Ospreay tsaka kay Danielson. That's din yun. It's such a good technical match. Number 4 ko yung passing of the torch ni Ilya Dragunov kay Trick Williams nung Spring Break-In. That was really good as well. And number 5 yung pick ni Ali. Kasi nga admittedly like hindi pa rin ako nakapagsimula sa Joshi and everything. And I feel like that would be a good start. So, ayan. Yun yung top 5 ko.
Alright, so sa akin, the top 5 for me from the picks today is, first off is Cody versus Roman 2 ng WrestleMania 40 because grabe, that's pretty much a culmination of everything in the last 4 years and with the overbooked shit and everything. Number 2 is the AJ versus Cody ng Backlash because god damn it, that French crowd, very special. And of course, the in-ring stuff is really, really good. Number 3 is Ospreay versus Danielson. So another great wrestling match. So I also enjoyed that. Number 4 is my pick. And that's really good too, of course, from a storytelling and in-ring perspective, really good. And last pick would be Ali's pick because Bloody Julian, I haven't delved much into Joshi pro wrestling, so if I have the time and space, probably I can look for that match and start watching a little bit more on Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So,
Next ako. So yeah, ang first, same Cody Roman kasi it's everyone had their eyes on that story being finished na by 41. And then second ko, medyo di ko sure kung controversial pick to pero number 2 yung Trick and Ilya kasi it's the same context, Cody and Roman. It's someone else's turn to be the guy na. So, yun na yung parang signal na we're headed to under a new leadership where Trick and Cody are the top guys for the main roster sa as a developmental. Number 3 would be Ospreay, Bryan Danielson. Kasi yung match na yon is one of if not the best in-ring matches na napanood ko from non-WWE pay-per-views or shows. Then number 4 would be yung sa akin, yung AJ Cody. Kasi yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina, a match finish And then, last yung kay Ali. Kasi, never pa ako nakanood ng TJPW. Now, since na-open na yan, I might want to take a look at it. Tapos, I might dive into TJPW kasi I haven't watched Joshi Wrestling since Joshi Jam. That was 10 years ago. So, I might have to do a dive. Yun lang.
Okay, number 1, Cody Roman. Number 2, yung pick ni Kuya Christian. Ay, tama ba?
Alin, anong match ba?
Yung kay Kuya Christian.
Trick versus
Ano sabihin?
Ano match yun? Sorry, anong match yun?
Trick
Sino
Williams
yun?
kay Dragunov.
Ayun. Then number 3 is yung TJPW, Miyu Yamashita versus Miyu Watanabe. Number 4, yung pick ni... Nakalimutan. Yung pick
Anong
ni
match?
Julian.
Cody
yung pick
Roman
ni-
na yung
Ha?
Cody Roman na yung akin.
Yun na yun. Tangin, nakalimutan ko. Wait, sorry, nakalimutan ko.
Cody
Yung
versus
kay-
AJ.
Puta, nalulutang na ako. Yung kay ano na lang, yung kay Charles.
Cody AJ.
Yun. Nakailan na ako? Pang ilan na yun?
4 na yun.
Diba?
Last.
Apat na yun.
Pang
Apat
ina.
na.
Pang 5 yung pick ni
Ipin yung isa.
Angelo.
Isipin mo yung match mismo.
Ha?
Pinahirapan mo nun si Ali, loko ka. Grabe naman.
Nalulutang ako, gago.
Ayos lang yan, ayos lang yan.
Ayan,
Ayun,
ayos lang.
ayos.
Medyo ka lang. Pero yun, I agree on your list, guys. Pero, very majority talaga sa atin yung Cody Roman. Because that was a really good show. That was a really good match too. Pero ba't walang nagpipick sa inyo ng Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale? Akala ko ba best match of the year?
Woo! Woo!
Fuck that CEO. Fuck that. The joke.
Matik pa
Akala
si
ko ba-
Mercedes.
Akala ko ba CEO niyo yan?
Auto
Not
pass.
my CEO.
Ay, nako. Pero ito, isa pang honorable, mag-a-add na ako kasi gusto ko i-put over yung AEW kasi mga bias kayo. Boo. Ayun, yung
Grabe.
Anarchy in the Arena, that was a really good match too. Anarchy in the Arena, yung kina Team Elite versus Team AEW. Even though it's predictable, but yeah, that was a really good fun match. And easily match of the night din for AEW double natin. Yun. Putang ina. Asan na tayo? Nalulutang na talaga ako.
Pareho pala kayo ni Ali eh.
Hindi, siya lang yun. Pinasa ko lang.
Lista master ako eh.
Pero yun, habang dito tayo. So, yun nga, total mention na rin ni Charles yung NXT Battleground. Spoil na natin yung mga predictions natin para sa Katoshi Cup tournament. No?
Laglagan na! Laglagan na!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye! Spoiler
Okay.
alert!
So, guys, mabilis lang ang picks. So, ladder match for the North American Women's title. Sol Ruka, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, Menchin, and Kelani Jordan. Sol Ruka ako.
Sol
Talo
Ruka.
ka na. Mm-mm.
He has the
Sol
most momentum.
Pero Lash Legend para sa akin, pwede din. Pero I think it should be Sol Ruka. Very obvious. Hall of Fame, Wesley, Joe Coffey, three-way North American title.
Ako, what I want to happen there, Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel tulungan si Wesley. Yun ang gusto ko mangyari.
Rascals
Sorry
Ring.
guys. Hall of Fame
But
me
in
ako.
terms of the result, I'll have Oba retain.
Ayun,
Ako, Obafemi din ako.
Oba. Ako
ayun,
din,
Nathan
Oba.
Fraser versus Axiom versus the OC. NXT Tag Taros.
Too sweet.
Agree. Gusto ko feeling ko retain to. Pero it's time then for them to crown new tag champions. Ayun. Ito, Roxanne Perez versus Jordan Grace. This is something huge for all of us for the NXT Women's title. Roxanne, easy.
Gusto ko man mag-double champ si Jordyn. Roxanne pa rin ako.
Yeah, Roxanne will retain definitely, but of course, not without getting her ass kicked by Jordan Grace.
Definitely.
Mahirap. Like, until na nahihirapan pa rin ako kung sino sa kanilang dalawa. Kasi, champion worthy silang dalawa eh. So, di ko talaga alam kung sino mananalo talaga.
I guess yung magiging finish nun would protect both of them. So maybe a pinfall or I don't know. Yung finish nun for sure will protect both of them kasi na parehong may momentum yung dalawa. So it's up to HBK's creative.
Pero pwede din si Roxanne, 'di ba? I-set up siya kay Julia, 'di ba?
Isa pa yun.
Yun. Kaya, pero may pwede din si Roxanne manalo, while kay Jordan naman, another history, first ever TNA champion na magiging NXT champion. So, mahirap talaga. Mahirap talaga mag-pick kung sino mananalo sa kanilang dalawa.
Okay, so that's subjective to you guys. Hindi ko na kayo tututulan dyan. Trick Williams, Ethan Page, NXT Championship. Very obvious, Trick Williams.
Trick to.
It is gonna retain.
As much as I want all ego then.
As much as I'm very excited for Ethan Page to be part of NXT, WWE, pero Trick has to do retain kasi he hasn't scratched the surface yet in his title reign, so this is gonna be a step to establish him further, mag-increase yung credibility niya, and by beating someone like Ethan Page na seasoned veteran na malaking tulong yun to elevate Trick's reign.
Totoo. Actually, ito. What if Ethan Page pulls a Christian Cage? Yung yung tipo na first title defense pa lang on a PLE ni Trick, tapos biglang drop agad. Diba?
It's gonna backfire.
Diba? Nakita ko doon yung from 2011 nung nag-world champion si Christian, tapos biglang dinrop niya agad kay Randy. Anong ganun bigla gawin ni Trick, no? What the fuck?
Wala, di nila gagawin yan.
Unless i-akit nila si Trick kagad, pwede mangyari yun. Pero what if magkaroon ng The North Reunion pero si Josh Alexander yung magko-cost kay Ethan Page, and then yung Worlds Collide na mangyayari between WWE and TNA, if ever na may mangyaring ganon, is Josh versus Ethan, just Trick Williams versus anyone else from that side.
Personally, I
Or
would
Trick
love to
versus
see
Josh.
Williams versus Moose.
Trick Williams moves. That's good.
Tas
Or Trick
maganda pa
versus
yung chemistry
Hammerstone.
nila, men. Ay, pwede rin Hammerstone, men.
Oh.
He's very solid, men.
Oba
Imagine.
versus Hammerstone.
Ay, puta.
Big meat event slapping meat.
Dami natin maluluto dito. Ito, main event. First possible main event. Shayna Baszler versus Lola Vice. NXT Underground.
Lola Vice.
Kasi
Parang ipoput over ni Shayna si Lola.
yeah. Because of course Lola Vice is ine-establish siya ng NXT. Ine-establish siya as a big star. So, this is a huge step para maging legit talaga siya by beating someone of Shayna Baszler's caliber. May malaking tulong yon to elevate Lola Vice stock. Kasi, before this year ends, we could see Lola Vice NXT Women's Champion. So this is a huge stepping stone for her into beating Shayna Baszler in an underground match, possibly inside the octagon. Because they both came from
Kaso not
UFC.
possible kasi logistics.
But we'll see. But it's gonna be a good one.
Tsaka to add na rin, like, Shayna Baszler kasi, like, she was already, like, established in NXT, Black and Gold as like the MMA fighter, yung MMA crossover wrestler talaga na nanggaling ng MMA tas biglang boom, WWE, ganun and everything. So, like, I
Julian,
feel like,
how dare you to disgrade Lola Vice? She's
hindi, ito nga,
MMA too.
yun nga, I was actually gonna, allude to that.
Sabi na.
Kasi like, hindi kasi like, ayun nga, na-establish na si Shayna Baszler from NXT Black and Gold na parang, siya yung MMA crossover wrestler. Ganun. Tapos parang I feel like through this match, it's finally like Lola Vice's time na rin to be like seen in that exact same light as Shayna. Ganun. Especially like considering yung tenure nga niya sa MMA and all that. So, ayun.
Tsaka si Shayna two-time NXT Women's Champion. Okay na yun. Bigyan na natin ng chance si Lola.
Exactly.
Yeah, NXT Shayna is bulletproof kahit anong gawin niya sa main roster. NXT Shayna is NXT Shayna bulletproof na yun kahit ano nang gawin nun sa NXT pwede. And to think na a former Bellator fighter lalaban sa UFC building, who would have thought?
Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door ng MMA.
Prohibited Portal.
Pero, yeah. I think that's my predictions for NXT Battleground. Pero, yeah. I think hindi natin maabutan to. Maglalaglaga na lang naman tayo next week.
Gagawin na
Pero
dyan.
Pero sige, pag-isipan natin kung kailan ba natin to i-drop. So, medyo decided pa ako kung i-drop natin to tomorrow since sa bonus episode to. Pero let's see. Pero yan, since ito na nga yung end ng episode, and I think, wow, I recorded like this and never ko in-expect na mas maikli pala to kaysa dun sa episode natin last week. Kasi grabe.
Shoot.
Grabe talaga yan. Grabe talaga yung episode last week. Ang daming shoot ng last week.
Shoot, motherfucker!
Shoot lang ng shoot.
Pero legit, guys, I swear, maraming salamat sa pagsama dito sa F. And open mic night next week is going to be something like open mic night is something that you should not miss. I swear to God. If kaming lima ang mag-open mic night dito next week, pucha, magkakaalaman tayo dito. Pero yun, before we end, plug nga muna tayo yung PWPH. Follow nyo naman sa PWPH Select at saka sa Patreon. Ayan, Facebook din sa community natin as always. Please support PWPH on Facebook and on our X account, it's Twitter. And syempre, ayan, as always, you can listen to the show every Wednesdays, I guess. Pero let's see pa din kung ano yung magiging final scheduling natin going forward. Pero ayoko pa din siya i-fix as Wednesdays lagi. Pero yan, catch the podcast here on Spotify and on the Main Event Mark YouTube channel. So thank you Bank Collective again for supporting us here on this new show. And I hope na magkaroon tayo ng maganda-gandang transition going forward since this show is part of our PWPH Wrestling Network and not Bank Collective. So, yeah, that was a really good show. That was a really good shit again. And I cannot wait for the open mic night, bitch. And
Bitch!
yun nga, sasabihin ko na lang ulit na yung event sa July 7, so magkakaroon yan ng World Underground Wrestling
Hino
on
pa na!
July 7.
Tagay
Tagay
na,
na.
boys.
With the
Hino
main
pa na!
event.
Tagay na, boys.
Tagay na,
Kita
boys.
kit sa onions!
Pero yun, yung main event nga ng show na yon is, wait lang, basahin ko rin muna yung comments bago tayo matapos. Nakalimutan ko na naman. Pero yun, main event ng show na yon is TCK versus High Proof. It's a tornado tag team no disqualification hardcore match. Grabe naman yung stipulation. Man, nung in-announce pa lang siya sa dekada, I'm really excited to it already. And yeah, that was a pretty good, solid episode. Ayan, mention ko na nga din yung mga picks sa comment section since may ilang-ilang nag-comment but nawala yung ibang comment by yan. So, Ina Romero Puntalan, si Ina, our friend. So, yung match niya daw from WWE is Rhea versus Becky, WrestleMania 40. AEW, Sting and Darby versus Young Bucks, Revolution 2024. New Japan, Tetsuya Naito versus Sanada, Wrestle Kingdom.
Pwede.
And then, yung final, it's Texcon Decada, Philippines. So, yeah, that was a pretty good event, which is very given. Pero, let's see. Ayan, magpo-post ulit tayo sa PWPH next week for our open mic night. Ang gagawin natin sa open mic night, para lang klaro sa inyo, mag-iwan kayo ng isang topic, isang question, o isang, ano bang tawag dito, ano ba pwede natin iba to? Topic, question, o kaya opinion nyo na related sa local, international, o sa PWPH wrestling. And we're going to tackle that one at a time dito sa PWPH podcast. Again, thank you very much for supporting the show. Again, thank you din sa lahat ng nakikinig sa PWPH podcast and on the main event since it's officially part din ng the main event network. Ayan, again, follow nyo na rin yung main event mark sa lahat ng social media platforms at MEM Wrestling Pod. And sa ating lahat dito respectively, I am AG Pinera. Chan, ikaw? Kayo? Anong mga account nyo nga para ma-plug din natin?
Sulat ko, mahirap i-type Wait lang.
Pero yun,
Hindi ako
follow nyo na lang
pangalan
din sila
yun
sa mga social media platforms nila. At follow din naman kami sa Select. So, follow nyo na lang din sa PWPH Select.
Putang ina.
Hindi nyo makikita sa screen.
Hindi
Wait
nakita.
lang. Special ko nga. Para makita. Para
Yan.
makita.
Wait lang.
Yo!
White yung background eh. Di makita eh. Bablock ko lang.
Ganun may focus.
Dark mode.
Dark mode.
Dark mode.
Yan.
Yo!
pa din eh.
Dark mode.
Di pa din eh.
Di pa rin kita.
Di pa din eh. Tatype ko na lang sa
Dahil sa yan,
description ko. Wait lang ah.
Pero follow nyo na lang
Type ko
kami
na lang
sa
sa
social
description ko.
media.
Alam niyo na kami.
Nilagyan ng description. Pakinig na lang din kayo dito sa PWPH podcast. You can
Yan.
follow Julian, you can follow Chan, then si Ali. Okay, follow nyo na rin para makita niya yung kalat niya. And maraming salamat din sa lahat ng friends natin over on Dexcon for always supporting our show. And for our, always for our members sa PWPH, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat sa pakikinig din ng show na to. And of course, I am Angelo Pinera, the CCO of the PWPH. In behalf of everyone, Christian, Charles, Julian, and Ali, again, thank you very much for joining us here on the bonus episode, of course, of the PWPH podcast. Goodbye for now. Stay safe as always. And peace. Goodbye for now.
Deuces,
Peace.
uses.
Deuces.